I know a lot of you think that research is probably not that important in terms of CAS, but it really is actually, especially when you're still in the stage where you're trying to figure out what you want to do for CAS in terms of your initiated activity or your service activity or maybe your creativity project. And research is actually quite important. It does not involve just going online and searching internet. It also involves talking to other people, communicating with other people, which is basically what I did last year when I initiated IMH, Institute of Mental Health and Mental Health Awareness Week. I talked to Mr. Whitehead, I talked to different people at school to see if they would be interested. And also email communication with a lot of different people at the Institute of Mental Health and different people who might be interested in volunteering. I tried it out myself during the summer with Drew came with me. We went to the Institute of Mental Health and we tried it out. So basically what we do there is we volunteer at the long stay patient board. Usually we go to the women's ward, and so we do occupational therapy with them. So we do coloring, we do dancing, karaoke, musical chairs. The last time we went to IMH, we went to the teenagers board, and there we played basketball with the boys. We played music, we danced around. I mean, it's just anything that they would like to do, and it's just giving them a listening ear, sitting down with them, talking to them one-to-one, basically being there for them, because a lot of their families actually don't visit them that often. So we're here to basically have fun with them just for a period of 2 hours every other Saturday. So me and Drew tried it out, and that was a sort of kind of a research. It's part of the planning and research stage in order for me to know if it would be suitable for ISS students to go there and volunteer. So after this researching stage, I knew that there would probably be ISS students that would be interested. And also for Mental Health Awareness Week, I had to do a lot of research on my own first. First of all, it's understanding the global importance, the importance of the global issue. So my global issue was mental health. So one of the learning outcomes you guys would have to achieve is doing something that has to do with a global issue, some kind of global issue, and giving importance to it. So in my case, it was mental health. And I had to understand what the issue really was and how important it is in today's world. So I had to do my own research, and I suggest that you do that as well. If you're going to initiate something that has to do with a global issue, do your own research, and if you understand it better, it would be easier for you to convey your message, to raise awareness. It would be easier for you to convey that message to other students in ISS. So that's what I learned from my experience. So this is in terms of service activities, but in terms of creativity projects, this year I decided to write another novel for my creativity project. At first it just started out as a personal thing. I just wanted to write because it's one of my favorite things, and it was going to be a wedding present for my sister. But then I realized that it was actually a great creativity project, so I included it, and of course you could imagine that a lot of research goes into a project like that. So choosing a topic, forming a basic storyline, coming up with characters, and my research project was not just researching my topic online, but also talking with my mom, talking with my friends, talking with my teachers, seeing what's interesting, and my story involves basically family relationships. It relates a lot to mental health and medicine as well. So I had to do my own research with that. So research is actually an important part of CAS, especially when you're initiating or in creative projects. And planning and time management. So obviously Drew talked a lot about that as well. Planning is very important, especially when you're initiating a new activity. So for example, for Mental Health Awareness Week, I started planning way in advance because, first of all, it was a learning curve for me as well. I had to learn about it myself, and that took a lot of time. I actually took my own time in learning and understanding the issues so that I would convey and raise awareness in the right way to the community. And so then planning, so emailing, and then of course getting together with interested people at school. When would I have the meetings? When would I get all the interested people together? When will we decide what t-shirt design to use? When will we decide what badges to use? What sort of awareness materials would we give out? How would we raise awareness? All of that had to be planned much in advance, because if you leave it to the end, the planning does not become very effective, because the schoolwork catches up with you and you have to balance out your CAS and your schoolwork, so then you end up being really stressed. So I suggest you start really in advance, even if it's just not writing down anything, just thinking about it. Just thinking about it is part of research and planning as well. So that's that. And planning also, Major and Helen did the Hands for Home fundraiser at the fun fair. So basically donating a handprint for the organization of Home, which works with migrant workers who have been abused. And so a lot of planning had to go with that. That was a creativity project as well. So we had to basically figure out who was going to buy paint, who was going to do which role during the fun fair itself, who was going to deal with the money, who was going to help with the painting. So all of that is part of the planning stage. And if you plan and research effectively, your CAS project will be easier to do and more fun at the end, because you won't be as stressed. And time management is basically a skill that basically all Ivy students have to master, so that you can weigh out your CAS program with your schoolwork. Especially for me, when I started to do the book, I didn't think it would take as much time as and it ended up taking up a lot of my time. I ended up finishing my book a week before exam week, so I was studying for exams and trying to finish the story, because I had a tight deadline for getting it published. So basically, time management is something that you will learn from experience. Usually, it'll take you probably a couple of months, but then you sort of get into the rhythm. You know what the teachers expect from you. You know what homework you have. And if you have sort of a week where you don't have that much schoolwork, try to focus on writing your CAS reflections. Try to focus on thinking about CAS a bit. And if you have a week full of schoolwork, don't pressure yourself to, oh, I have to write down a CAS reflection. Focus on your schoolwork, and once you're done with that, and you have sort of a relaxing period, focus on CAS. This is what I do, and that's what I use in order for me to complete my CAS activities.